Hey guys, it is day 2 of Pretty at Home. Today I'm going to do just a continuation of what we did yesterday, so a little more makeup. I hope that everyone's remembering you wash your hands thoroughly, and I even have a little nail brush to get underneath my nails. So I hope we're all staying safe. One thing I forgot to do yesterday, concealer under my eyes. Oh my god, I can see the eye bags. You saw also with the tinted moisturizer and what we did, it did take away the appearance of the bags under my eyes. So I want to emphasize too, makeup is about accentuating your features. And when you accentuate your features, you don't have to work so hard on covering the things you don't like. Or you don't have to work so hard just covering like parts of your skin or your whole skin. Don't do that. That's not what it's about. In place of my concealer, I use a color corrector. The shadow I'm gonna do today is piggybacking off of a bride. I did her makeup a couple weeks ago, and thank God she got married a couple weeks ago, because if she waited 14 days, she might not have had her wedding, and I wouldn't have had the opportunity to work on this lovely bride. So anyhow, let's talk about the skin around your eyes. We are going to conceal top and bottom. The skin around your eyes, you might have already noticed, it's usually a different color and a different texture than the rest of your skin. It is thinner, and that's often why you might see blueness or redness around your eyes. So that's why we can experience discoloration in our eyes. So the concealer is to mask that, but also the reason I put it on my eyelid, it serves as a great eyeshadow base. So the eyeshadow will stick to the concealer. Now also the point of the concealer underneath, the reason I use a pink color corrector, it's peach color corrector. When you look for a concealer, you want it to be, people will say 2 to 3 shades lighter than your foundation, and I say that's not necessarily true. It does have to be a little lighter than your foundation to give you that brightness, but what you really want to look for is a peach or a pink tone that will neutralize the blueness under your eyes. So we're not looking to cover, we're looking to blend and neutralize, and that's generally how I do my makeup, and that's why you see when I do skin, very, very light layers, and then I work on color correcting rather than slapping it on and covering. So when you slap it on and cover, if you lose the visibility of your skin, you'll get flashback, your skin will look gray, and you'll just see the makeup, and I don't think that's very attractive. So this is a very simple look, and I thought of this because the bride, when I talked to her on the phone, and she hired me like 8 days out from her wedding, which is unusual. And I said, you know what, we don't have time for a trial, so send me photos and tell me what you want. She said, I don't wear a lot of makeup, but here's the photos, and they were straight from Pinterest. The tones were peachy, and I was like, okay, I think I know what you want. So I pulled out my Stila. I'm gonna show you this. I am not a collector of new palettes because I tend to stick with the colors I like. The events that I do don't need anything wild and crazy. For like my purposes, my client, I've always loved this Snowflake Stila palette. I believe I found it at Costco, or maybe it was Nordstrom Rack. I don't know. It was one of those I was just walking by, like I wasn't looking for makeup, but it's got all the colors like you see here, warm and cool blushes. It's got a nice range of, this is just softness that you want to look for a special event that's like soft, romantic. Okay, which is different than if you want to go to like concert, clubbing. You might not do these tones. So I'm going to show you too, because a lot of my clients, they want to look put together, but like not too much makeup. I'm going to use my angled brush first, and I'm going to grab this matte color here and lay that color on my eyelid first. Using the flat portion of my brush, press it into the skin. Now you'll get a little lesson here of brushes and how to use them. So the flat portion of this brush, I'm pressing the color into my skin because it's a matte color and I'm laying it down as the base for my eyeshadow. This is gonna be super quick, so pay attention. Or you can always rewind, but it's just super quick because that's how I do my makeup in real life. Not just mine, but if I'm working on people. Now I'm going to start with the domed brush, and this is a crease brush. I'm going to grab a peach, has a bit of a shimmer, and sweep that across my crease. We take a darker color, and I'm gonna go back to this brush, but I'm gonna flip it and use it a different way. So I'm going to do a slightly darker color. It's kind of a coppery color, and I'm going to take the corner of that shadow brush and get my, what's called the outer crease. And this you can feel, it's right up against my orbital bone, just on the outer, I guess the outer one half of my eye, and kind of go outward toward the side of my face. And see, I use that brush to sweep. So all brushes are created for a purpose. And I'm sure some of you are brush experts already, but a lot of moms that I encounter are not. So I'll walk you through it slowly, and also you don't need to have so many brushes, but you do need a few, and there's purposes for that. So you can see that how this is a darker color. With the first brush, I just wanted like a sheer, the first sweep on the crease, I wanted like a sheer all over. And now with this one, I can kind of stick the corner in the crease and feel how it just hugs my orbital bone, and it tailors the color to the outside of the eye. I love the way that looks. Now, another trick that I have, and somebody asked me this the other day, what is my favorite eyeliner brush? And it happens to be this flat brush. This is prescriptive. So those of you who are my age know prescriptives. I wore the same prescriptives lipstick. It was called Hot Cocoa. It's that Cindy Crawford brown of the 90s. And I had thin eyebrows. But anyhow, I still have this prescriptives brush. It's got a little color on it because this is what you do with it. Take the edge of the brush and dip it in the brown shadow. You're just gonna press and wiggle. Now with this, you need two hands for this. Lift your eyelid, and you can use this as an eyeliner. I'm just going to, I have a little bit of eyeliner on already, but this gives it a nice soft kind of haziness. And this is a great technique also if you have, if you feel like your eyelids are sagging, because harsh eyeliner, if your eyes are aging, can actually make them look a little more sad, can actually accentuate what you don't want it to accentuate. And I also love this trick on the bottom lash line because it just makes it soft, defined, and this brush makes it super easy to just press and wiggle right against the lash line. So very different than having a like liquid liner where you have to do very precise. This is just, it's soft and quick and easy. If you do want more of a look here, I would do false lashes, or you can just go on with a second coat of mascara. I did put a first coat earlier. Now we also need a little cheeks and a little contour. Okay, I know a couple years ago contour was a thing. Contour does not have to be a thing because we don't always have to contour. There's only occasions where I contour, where I know photography is involved, but for every day, like, please don't pressure yourself to contour, and if you're gonna do it right, which means blend. This is my Bible. This came in a Smashbox booklet, and this is my contour, bronze, cream, and my color correctors, and then highlighters. So you can see I do use my contour a lot. But what I said at the beginning is because, like, if you're not comfortable to do it, don't do it. And if you're overdoing it, don't do it. But you can see with my finger, I just take a little smudge, and then I find the bottom of my cheekbone, and I just want to create a little shadow and a little color. Now also I'm going to take, at that point I'm going to take the bronze and blend that together, because I don't want to look like I made a line, and you don't want to go ear to mouth, which was like a lot of people were thinking or were teaching. You see that little unevenness? That is just because I have a little dry patch on my skin. So these are things to consider when you are doing your makeup as well. And it is things I consider if like, okay, what's the condition of my skin? Can I do contour? Can I do bronzer? Is it going to accentuate the fact that I'm a little uneven in my skin tone right now? I'm sorry, uneven in my skin texture right now. So you take the contour on the bottom part of your cheek, and then I take the bronze cream and kind of blend it up. And the purpose of that is you're creating a recess, a shadow under your cheekbones that is gonna lift up your cheeks. And once you can understand that, what your makeup is doing, it's creating shadow and depth. It's an illusionist. It's an illusionist, like, I can't think of a, David Blaine. It's an illusionist. It's not about covering, and you don't do it just for the sake of doing. There's always an end goal in mind, which has made me a really confident makeup artist, because I can look at someone and go, okay, I know what to do, as opposed to we're just gonna slap this on you, paint by numbers. That's not how it's done. Okay, now, I just did like tiny amount just to show you guys. You don't have to slap it on a whole lot. And I'm going to take the cream highlight, which is a matte color, and this counterbalances. So it's going to do the opposite. It's going to catch the light. So I'm actually going to do this on the very top portion of my cheekbone. It's the part that I can feel sticks out, grabs the light. And for me, if I want to look extra good, if I know I'm taking photos, I'm just gonna contour right in the bridge of my nose, right here to here. I don't have to go all the way down. What that does, and I only do this because I know if I take a photo, my nose tends to look kind of flat. To me. To other people, probably not. But I'm like, I know I have a cute nose, so I don't have to do too much. But that just brings some depth to like the look. Let's do blush, because I didn't do the blush portion yet. Because my palette is teeny tiny, I'm gonna use this little round brush just to grab the color. And then we're just gonna dot in circles. So now those steps we did: contour to create depth, blush, highlight and blush to lift it up, okay? What you don't wanna do is do blush this way, because it's dragging your face down, nor do you wanna do it this way. That's stuck in the 80s. You just want to smile, accentuate the cheekbones. I'm gonna take a little bit of the blush that has shimmer and just lightly dab that over as well. I might want to do the shimmer with a fluffier brush, but for now, we're gonna use this one because it works. Oh, yes, and if you don't have bangs, take that same blush, take the matte blush, and just do this in your hairline and down here. You see what that does? See the difference? Just gives it a little softness, because I want to see that softness match throughout. So even on the jawline, just soften it. That way it doesn't look like I just stopped here. Like I just stopped here, because your forehead is still part of your face and it needs that. This is a very common thing I see in people's headshots. Like, don't forget, when you blush, cheeks and perimeter, and then you get that softness. It doesn't look like your forehead's just like forehead and everything else. I'm gonna stop there for lesson 2 and day 2 of Pretty at Home. It's getting serious out there, you guys. So if you are in the US, even if your state has not been mandated to stay in place, please do anyway. Avoid crowds. Your health is the most important thing you can have. Thank you guys for joining me. Please, again, don't forget to like and subscribe and share my channel to someone you think would enjoy it, and write me little comments because I love to interact as well. Again, my name is Michelle. My channel is Dial M Style. Love being with you guys here. Mwah. And God bless you.